everyone. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigation. Surprise, this is just a pop-in. Hello, hello, hello. Let me turn my music off. I got to get coordinated with this whole music business and turning it on and then being able to slowly turn it off. Let me see who's here, you guys. This is just a quick check-in. Hi. Surprise. I was sitting here recording a video that I'm going to post in the next couple days, and I thought, oh, well, I'm sitting here. I just recorded it. I got my camera on. I got my semi-makeup on. My hair's sort of brushed, I think. And I thought, you know what? Let me just go live. Good to see you guys. Hi. Oh, this is interesting. Now they have the comments up on the screen. That's new. Hi, Ruby. Hello, everyone. Let me see who's here. Lisa, hello. I don't think I've seen you in a little while. I haven't seen anybody in a little while. That's true. Hello, Ruby. Hi, Justine. Nice to see you. Angel hugs. Hello. Hi, Christian. Welcome, everyone. I know, surprise. I didn't tell my mods. I didn't tell anybody. I just sat here and decided to have a live stream because we haven't talked about it since Lori got her sentencing with Brandon and some of the other things that I want to follow and what's been going on. So, how is everybody? Anything new? Oh, beautiful day. How's your day? It's a beautiful day here. It's hot here. It's literally, I don't even know, where's my phone? This morning before 9 o'clock, it was 103. So I don't know. I don't know how hot it is. It's really hot. So I'm in the air conditioning and I'm not even going in the pool because it's too hot right now. I've missed you guys too. I know my life is just a hot freaking mess sometimes right now, and it's been tough to balance it all, everything that's going on. So it's 113 there. Shoot, where's my phone? I want to know what it is here now. Oh, it's right behind me. Hold on, let me get it. I'm like, wow, how hot is it? It's freaking, yesterday it was only in the 90s only. When I used to live at the beach, only in the 90s would be super duper hot, right? And now it is weather. Hold on. Not that this is the weather channel. 113. We're tied, Justine. We're tied. So nice in Boise, I bet. You guys probably have a nice summer day, huh? Oh my goodness. It's not supposed to get any hotter than this today. It's 2:30 and it's 113. And it's going to get cooler the rest of the week, according to this. 112, 111, 110, you know, cooler weather. So hi, Lisa. How am I? I am okay. Work. Crazy, too busy at work. Every day at work, I'm like, I need to quit this job. I'm going to quit. Why did I become a nurse? Why? I don't want to do it anymore. 66 in Connecticut. I got a notification while watching cat videos. I love the cat videos. Oh my gosh. I can scroll for hours on TikTok or Instagram, reels with the cat videos. Cats are hilarious, the things they do. Not that sunny in the UK. So I hired somebody today that will come on Tuesdays and stay with my mom while I'm at work. And I feel a lot of relief from just that. She only has Tuesdays available. And I'm like, I'll take it. The Club World Cup. And you came over here instead of that? Very impressive. Thank you. So I did hire somebody to come sit with my mom while I'm at work on Tuesday. So I'm going to try to load up my Tuesdays with my visits to my patients more than the other days. And we'll see if that goes. Hey there, sis, you should have been a detective. 86 degrees feels like 100. Well, if you have humidity. Yesterday it was kind of humid here. There was a cloud covering. I went outside and I was like getting sweaty, and it wasn't even I feel like there's something on my face. Sorry, I keep doing that because like an itch or something. So I thought, I forgot. Humidity is awful, but it's dry heat here. It's a dry heat. So anyway, Do you guys think Lori Vallow Daybell is just going to go into the darkness now, hopefully, and stay in the darkness where she belongs? Or do you think we're still going to hear more from her? Oh, Memphis, Spa City, soggy bottom. Oh my gosh, that's humidity. I remember we went back a couple years ago to Cincinnati, where my family's from. And my cousin had a family get together, all the Greek family, big Greek family came. And everybody was there, and it was all outside by the pool in the backyard, and the food and everything was out there. And I'm like, how hot is it here? And I looked, it was like 86 degrees. I'm like, it feels like 130. I was dripping sweat. I'm like, where's the sweat coming from? So yeah, it's really different with the humidity. It makes a big difference, huge difference. I think she will insert herself into other women's cases, and we will hear about her that way. Oh, I can imagine her doing that. Also, what do you think? Do we think that Melanie P is going to have charges brought? Does anybody think? I was hoping like the minute the case ended, they'd go arrest her, but I guess not. And then I was listening to somebody said there probably would have to be a grand jury indictment for that. So I think Lori Vallow Daybell will try to do something dramatic and not show for sentencing, so she doesn't have to hear the victim impact statements. Oh, yep. She don't want to hear that. She didn't even want to talk to Brandon at this trial, right? Yeah. She's a piece of work. I'm so over her, though, in a way. I mean, the tragedy of the case is awful, horrible. The victims, the people left behind is just, and when she's up there doing, okay, and, oh, you didn't ask that question. Oh, you didn't, like her whole attitude is so annoying to me. Like when she's questioning people, like lawyer Lori that she thinks she is, and trying to get the judge off the case, and then the other judge said no, so then she's another, like she thinks she's that important and that special. It's disgusting. I don't think Brandon will be supportive of going after Melanie, so the prosecutor might think twice. Yeah, that's kind of a slippery slope, right? Because by law, you know how when somebody, for example, a domestic violence case, your husband hits you, your boyfriend, or whatever, your partner, and you're scared, and you call the police, or somebody calls the police, and the police come and they talk to you and they see, well, how'd you get that bruise? Well, yeah, he did hit me. Okay, well, we're going to arrest him. Oh, no, don't. They're like, no, sorry, you don't get a say at that point. I'm thinking if they really feel like Melanie, there's enough to convict her, I think that they might just be like, sorry, Brandon, I know she's the mother of your kids, but, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, because I honestly would have thought that would have been done by now, and it wasn't. I feel like the retired law enforcement giving interviews, I doubt they will indict without more evidence. Yeah, I think they're just, even though it's an open investigation, unless something else comes along, probably, right? I mean, I just wish, though. I just wish. I'm wishing. Because I just think she was going to kill her own kids. I'm convinced when Brandon had those kids up in Utah at his parents' house, I am convinced that when her and Alex rented that big SUV and she was trying to get her kids, that those two that they labeled dark, which was it, Blake, and there were two of them that were labeled dark. I really think that their lives were saved just like Brandon somehow in this crazy ass, psychotic, insane whatever world that she's in. I really do think that I think she was going to hurt those children. And somehow they all had a guardian angel, Brandon and those kids. I found out today that we don't have a statute of limitations for conspiracy to commit murder, which means it could still happen for Melanie. And yes, she and Alex were going to kill her own kids. Yeah, I really think so. I think so. Her middle two children were close to being the next victims. If Melanie goes to prison, Brandon and his wife will need to raise the kids. I don't think that would work out well for Brandon, his wife, and her kids. Cause all kinds of crap, right? But again, Melanie, she was dumb enough to follow Aunt Lori Loco. What does Kay call her? Loco. Thank you, Susie. Does Brandon still think he's sealed to Melanie in eternity? How does that work? I don't know how that works. I'm not LDS. So even if you get divorced, you can't break the seal? Is there a way to break the seal? I don't know. Honestly, I'm asking. She's just, I don't know. But it's been so long. I don't know. But I would not be sad. Let's just put it that way. I think everybody, the village will come along and help them raise the kids and whatever needs to be done. Hopefully. But I will not be sad if Melanie gets charged. Lori's hair looked like she curled it on gym socks. Oh my gosh, her hair. And then she had that stupid ponytail up on top that one day or a couple of the days. Her hair just looks stupid. Hi, Carolina. Nice to see you. Sunday live stream surprise. Kathy was dressed and ready today, and I recorded another video that'll be coming out. I'm going to try to release videos again like I used to, old cases that are in the news, the whole story, focusing on the victims. Oh, that's my friend. I got to tell her. Let me ignore her. And all that. So, I want to start doing that again. And it's easier for me to work in a time. But then again, so I had that lady come over. I hired her to help my mom. I was like, what do I look like when I'm at home on a Sunday? I don't know, but not camera ready most of the time. Or in the pool, right? Megan Connor would be the one to ask about sealings and weddings and divorces. Oh yeah, that would be a good person to ask because she's not LDS anymore, but she was raised in it and she knows the ins and outs, I think. Watch Justin Lum's interview with Brandon. While he couldn't comment specifically on Melanie, he did say he believes when someone commits a crime, they should be held accountable. Right, and the 2 times I've heard anybody ask about Melanie, that's the only time he won't answer the question and apologizes for not being able to. So there's definitely something there. Definitely something there. Lori looks like Medusa with her hair. She looks like something. She's so weird. Percy, shh, be quiet. She's a piece of work. And Chad, hopefully he's done. We don't ever have to hear his name or see him again. But I would be happy to find out when they are actually going to walk him and give him his final meal. But it's going to be, 20 years or so? I'll probably be 80 and I won't remember. I'll be in there like my mom, not knowing who anybody is by that time. There was a cop outside talking to Alex. I think that helped the situation. True. They got the cops there. Definitely helped. And then they arrested her. I made a video with all that one time with Melanie being brought back to the station and in Utah getting arrested. Mugshot and all. Brandon did testify in all the trials, didn't he? And poor Brandon was the one that had to identify JJ. Brandon's been through it. And I was really, he's only 40. Brandon is so young. That poor guy for the last 5 years, 35. My oldest son is 35. I can't imagine him having to have gone through all that. My oldest son doesn't have kids. And he wouldn't be able to handle kids right now anyway. But Brandon obviously was mature and was capable of being a dad, and he adored his family. And it was sad when he was crying on the stand saying that he just didn't want his sorry, sneeze. Saying that he didn't want his family to be destroyed. And Melanie, Aunt Lori, she made all that happen, didn't she? Ponytail face left. Oh, it does. Let's see. When you pull your hair up like this, does it lift your... Oh, yes, I look much better now. Pull it out. Yes, Karen Reed verdict is on the horizon. I am super excited to see how that goes. I paid attention to this. I didn't watch it last trial, but I did pay attention to, sorry, now I messed my hair up. I did pay attention more this time. There's just, in my mind, there's just too much reasonable doubt. I see certain logical reasons why they would prosecute her for that. But I also see too much reasonable doubt and too many lies and all that kind of stuff, So we'll see. But it's either going to be a hung jury or not guilty. I would be very surprised if it was guilty because there's just too much reasonable doubt. Thank you, Ruby. So that one. And I started following this other case that's on trial right now that I'm going to, when the verdict comes down, I'm going to do a video on it because I'm interested in it. It's the Megan Jackson case. Megan Jackson and Chris Dontel were charged with murdering Megan's ex-boyfriend, who's the father of her 4 children. And then he was a coroner, or deputy coroner, Chris was, and he was cheating on his wife, Erica. They're still married, too, which is bizarre to me, but okay. With Megan, and she is very animated. When she's in court, she's like making faces, and her poor daughter, Savannah, testified against her, and it was just so sad. And she was like literally shaking. The poor girl's 19 now. So anyways, it's an interesting one. It's on trial right now at Myrtle Beach. I think the prosecution is finished and the defense is going to come up and then they're going to deliberate. It's a short case for a murder trial. It's only a week so far and it shouldn't be much longer. And I just kind of happened upon it because Law and Crime and Court TV had it on. And since it was just a short case, it was easy to follow all week and catch up. What do I think will happen with Karen Reed? I didn't watch. I think hung jury or... Now my animals opened my door. Just a second. I got to close. I think hung jury or not guilty. Does anybody that's watching it think she's guilty? I know when everybody puts those polls up and stuff, it's really interesting how most people feel like she's not guilty. Yes, he did. Sis, you should have been a detective. I watched 2 of his testimonies and I listened to one. Lori's in Idaho. She didn't even want to stay in the courtroom to listen to Ray Hermosillo testify. Yeah. How about Tylee and JJ were found? She thinks she's really entitled. Ugh, she's such a jerk. Hoping not guilty, as I don't think she's guilty. Hey, Amanda. How are you? I decided to pop on. Hey, maybe this is the way I should do my lives, because when I plan them out, I start stressing out like, oh my gosh, I had a horrible day at work. I can't. Or my mom's acting up. I can't. Maybe I should just be the surprise live streamer and just when I actually have an opportunity like this, just pop on. You guys made it. My 92-year-old mama says Karen Reed was framed. She's not guilty, according to my mom. There's a lot of stuff there that makes you really think that something went on. And that dog bite thing on her case is just really got me wondering, because the way that the tail light and there's just so much. And that If you did watch it, cop, that one cop who had a pissy attitude, young cop who had a pissy attitude, she changed her story, and that was really weird to me when her boss told her, and she said her whole job depended on her testimony. Thank you, Justine, for the super chat. Are you following Donna Adelson trial? I need to. I want to. I watched, you guys, we were talking about it when she got arrested and stuff, and so I'm kind of hooked in, but I haven't been paying as close attention. Now that Lori's out of the way, I think I can pay more attention. So I would definitely like to follow that one, because that's a whole family of freaking crime bosses as far as I'm concerned. I'm wondering about the wife. What's her name? I mean, what's her name? Anyway, I think that more to come on that one for sure. Any other cases out there that I should pay attention to? Anybody? Colby seems to be doing really well. I heard that Colby and Nate are going to be at CrimeCon in Denver in September. I won't be able to go to CrimeCon because I'm going on my trip in August, so to go away again right in September won't be happening for me. But I always say maybe next year, maybe the next year, maybe the next year. But that's pretty interesting that Colby's going to be at CrimeCon. I'm just looking at your comments here. Oh, that's what your mom talks about, the dog bites. Yeah, the dog bites are what really, 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 with Karen Reed case, I can see them being a dog. I don't know anything about dog bites, but I can see that looks more like a dog bite than anything else. And from what I can see, it's too patterned, Hi, Juicy Jules. Yes, Wendy. She was married to Dan, and she's another Melanie. I say I don't know the case well enough, but I know enough to think that she probably was as involved as the rest of her wacky family. Crime, well, I think they're the freaking mafia family or something. Just like entitled people with money, not nice. I have plenty of people I know with money that are nice people. But that Adelson family is like entitled with money, like we can do whatever we want. We can whack people off. We can kill people. People in our way. Like it's just that whole attitude where you can just kill somebody just blows my mind. Get rid of the problem by murdering them. It's just a life, whatever. Just the father of the children. It's okay. It's all about us. I wonder how Janice and Summer feel about her now that all her lives have been uncovered. Golden Child, Loco Lolo. Well, I can tell you that they are, from the things I've read, because Summer pops in every once in a while and comments on the Facebook groups and stuff. From the things I read, I think they really feel like Lori lost her mind. She's not the Lori they know. She's mentally screwed up with delusional disorder, and while they wish they would have done things differently, they didn't. But at the same time, they feel for her because she's lost her mind. That's the sense I get from it. It's not like, oh my God, you horrible woman, you killed your children and all these people. It's more like, oh, we lost the Lori we know. She lost her mind, and it's tragic. The whole thing is just tragic all the way around, from Lori losing her mind to the children being dead. Does that make sense? Like, that's the sense I get from Summer, which isn't the sense I get from Colby or anyone else. Like, Lori's narcissistic tendencies were always there, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And when I see her up there, she has no remorse for anything. Anything. Oh, when did she cry? She cried at, was it her opening statements? Sorry, my lips are chapped. Oh, it is a Happy Father's Day. I forgot. My dad's been gone so long. I forgot. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And the mothers that are both fathers and mothers. But I just get that sense that Summer and Mummy are still just a little bit more, have that soft spot in their heart for Lori, or the Lori that was, and that the Lori that lost her mind, you know? You're nice? Yes, you are. Gardner in Florida, daughter of Stampin' Up, paid to have her husband killed. Gardner in Florida. Another one, huh? Hi, The Journey. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Hi, Trishy. Nice to see you. Maybe Sundays are a good day for live streaming, huh? I mean, they are my most calm day of my week because I had Saturday off. I got my stuff done. Although I still have to wash my scrubs. They're dirty. I have to wash them all. I have 5 pairs and I wear 5 pairs in a week. So other than that, I have to edit the video that I made. I don't know how long it'll take me. It might take a while. But I am going to try to get more of the videos of older cases and stuff up. And you guys watch those from time to time. And sometimes random people find them. There's some evergreen ones that I have that I'm like, wow. The Lisa Montgomery case, that one has like 55,000 views. And my Gannon Stalk one has like 200,000 plus views. So some of those that are just sit there on the internet when people look up the case, if you could tell the whole story from start to finish, I'm going to do more of those. And then try to be on here with you guys when I can. Anybody? Oh, you know what? Heard anything on the little boy and girl that went missing in Nova Scotia? My friend was telling me about this one, and I haven't heard any updates or anything, but the story's really weird. Really weird. Further from the truth. Lori isn't insane. She's just pure evil. I wish they would stop saying Lori lost her mind. They're in denial. Okay, yeah, that's how I feel. I think Lori is pure evil. She sounds pretty semi-intelligent when she's up there questioning witnesses. She's not, when we never heard anything from her initially when she went into custody, right? She never spoke. She just standing up there when she got called into the trials or whatever. And then the first time we heard anything come out of her mouth was, nobody was murdered. People accidentally die and all that nonsense she said at her sentencing in Idaho. And then all of a sudden, Lori's up there. And I'm like, you know what? They took her to make sure she was mentally competent to stand trial up there. And then they said she's totally mentally, she's probably mentally competent the entire time. I don't even know why she got that break to go to the mental hospital where she could get her hair done and stuff. But yeah, after I heard her with these trials, I'm like, girl, you're just evil bitch. Seriously. Just an evil bitch. Lori is the devil herself. Morphew got away with murder. That's just the weirdest story too. I don't know if they're ever going to find anything. I think that the way the case was handled was he got handed freedom on a silver platter if he was involved in, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Odds are it's a duck, right? A friend of mine who happens to be a therapist said, in her opinion, Lori is pure evil. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, I think so. I think she has. I agree with your friend, and with Sis, you have to be a detective, says the same thing. Lori into men, not children. Her kids were a thorn in her side. As long as she had somebody else helping her with them, she was okay. But Chad didn't want anything to do with those kids, and she wanted to be the queen of the 144,000 and all that nonsense that Chad told her. And I still think, as far as Emma and the Daybell kids go, I'd be afraid of them. I believe they believe in Chad's beliefs, and their kids should be scared, and they're babies still, but I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy like that happened. Although Chad does not label any of his own family dark. It's only Lori's people. I believe charges will come for Barry. I think they're waiting on his latest appeal first. I mean, it seems like they would if they had enough evidence, but all that stuff went down. Jack and Lily, I can't believe one child could disappear yet, but two, that missing children's case is really odd. Someone has to know something. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, that's the Nova Scotia one. And they don't give a lot of information like we do here in the U.S. Our media knows everything. Everybody knows everything. And up there, they don't. So we don't know as much as we think to know. We would like to know. We would like to know a lot more than we know. Should not have kids. Hi, Vivian. Nice to see you. Yeah. So I don't know, but is anybody following that trial that I just talking about with Megan Jackson and Chris Dontel? They murdered her ex and threw him in the river. But Chris took a plea deal. They dropped the murder charge, and he testified against Megan. And so that was interesting because they weren't like the Lori cameras where they weren't allowed to zoom in. They're zooming in on her face. So it was really interesting to be able to watch her reactions because she was definitely reacting and crying a little bit and stuff and shaking her head. So it's a short one if you want to catch up on it, but I am going to do a video on it. Once the verdict comes back, I'll do a video on it. Who gives you the creeps? Are you talking about, Morphew? Found Mrs. Morphew with hubby hurting. Yeah. Oh. She had that poison in her? The dark gun poison or whatever they found? Was that positive? I lost track of that case too. I lost track of a lot of stuff. I need you guys to help me keep track. Oh. You saw him you're following it? The case I'm talking about? You saw him testify? Is that crazy? I felt sorry for his wife. I did. I felt really sorry for her. But I'm surprised they're still together, but they have little kids. I don't know. Dark gun, yeah, that's what. But yeah, so Chris Dontel, he's in prison. But you know what's really weird about that case, and I know you guys aren't caught up on it, and you will be because I will get a video out. But they were both out on bond, Megan and Chris. And they got their bond revoked because they communicated with each other. So I don't think he's as innocent as this plea deal is making him seem, and his crying, I'm not really buying it. Yeah, the dark gun. So that's pretty obvious then. I'm surprised he hasn't been charged again then. But I guess it'll come. I don't know. There's no statute of limitations on murder. So I am not a patient person. I do not like waiting for this stuff. Like, why does this take so long? These are murderers. You're letting them live their lives. Like Melanice. I'm ready for Melanice to be charged. But again, patience is a virtue, apparently. That's what they say. It's a virtue. Anyway, okay, well, that's about it for me. Anybody else got anything? Barry Murphy needs to be arrested. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a long time to let him walk around free. But who am I? I'm not the police and I don't have the evidence, so. The dark gun poison. See, that's huge. The dark gun poison in Suzanne is huge to me. Because that, to me, is like, okay. It all makes more sense with that piece of the puzzle. All makes more sense with that piece of the puzzle. So I'm glad you guys are here. You popped in, and thank you. And I think maybe Sundays I might be able to do this a little more often. I know I say stuff like that, but it's the scheduling ones that throw me over the edge because I don't know if I can do it. And then I schedule it, and then it's like, oh my God, I can't. I don't want to unschedule it. And I just never know. So the ones that when I have time, they're going to be pop-ups like this, but you guys showed up. So I feel better about that. Thank you so much, Justine. Thank you. Karen Reed. Oh, Ruby wants to know. Ruby, we got to figure out how to do the polls from Nightbot. There's a way to do polls, and I don't know how to do them. Karen Reed, guilty or not, I think she's going to be found either hung jury or not guilty. Most likely, I think she's going to be found not guilty. What does everybody else think? Oh, wait. Oh, good. You are? I'm caught up with the Megan Jackson trial. I can't wait for your video on it. Oh, yay. Okay, good. So some of you guys are watching it. It's kind of a wacky trial. I didn't know anything about it. I never heard anything about it. It popped on my YouTube and I started watching it and I was like, this is an interesting trial. You think not guilty for Karen? So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. But I'm going to wait until the Megan Jackson verdict comes back because it won't be too long. Not guilty. Oh, the jury form. Yeah. Well, again. All right, you guys. 39 minutes, but it was nice to see you and I appreciate you and I am going to be back. But I worked on a video today that I'm going to edit. It's an old case. It's Dina Schausler. I don't know how to say her name. But you know how I did do some cases that are focused on maternal OB, mental health, or maternal moms and pregnancy and all that stuff, because that is my background, right? Most of my nursing career. So this one is one where it was a postpartum psychosis and she murdered her child. And so it's older. It's from the early 2000s, 2004, but it's interesting. And I'm really interested in that because I've had plenty of patients that have presented with symptoms of postpartum psychosis and had to get them help. And to see the tragic ending of when they don't get help is crazy, and sad and tragic. And so I feel like it does a double duty of informing, educating people on what to watch for, because we all have daughters and neighbors and friends and all that have had children or will have children, or, and to be aware of the signs. So that's the one I did today, and I'm going to edit. I don't know when it'll be up, but I do want you guys to watch it when it comes up, okay? Oh, you're in love with AJ. He's awesome. He is awesome. All right. Now, I promise I'm leaving this time. I look at the comments and then I start talking again. But I thank you guys for being here. Stay safe and stay well, and I will be back soon.